Hey gang, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. What in the world would vocal coach reactions be without doing a vocal coach reaction to Ann Wilson of Heart? And the song I chose is Crazy on You, and we're just gonna dive right into this bad boy. Let's check it out, here we go. (1977). Long time ago.
Still have time, might still get by. Every time I think about it, I won't cry. With bombs and the devil, and the kids keep coming. No way to breathe easy, no time to be young.
Okay, now, if you notice, Ann is singing really light this early on in her career, and her voice got bigger and it maturated and got larger and larger over time. And so that's just because her voice grew resonance over time. Now, there's some things I personally don't love about Ann's voice. Ooh, do I say that? Ooh, sorry about that, but I don't necessarily love her vibrato. It's got a caprino, very goat swiggle vibrato. And then sometimes when she sings high, she sings a bit on the shrill side for me. But she has just been one of the most epic female vocalists, rock vocalists of all time. So, and her voice has sustained this all this time. So with that said, I did want to make that little notation along the way, because I know that we can praise a lot about a lot of people and try to worship everything, but I try to eulogize the things I know that are great, and then if there's something about it that I can be honest about, I like to do that as well, because I think it's worth putting out there. Okay, here we go. Great pitch. Good tight band.
Love is the evening breeze touching your skin. The gentle sweet singing of leaves in the wind. The whisper that calls after you in the night and kisses your ear in the early light.
Great pitch, man. Good intonation.
And you don't need to wonder, you're doing fine. My love, the pleasure's mine. Crazy,
So epic.
crazy, let me go crazy, crazy on you. Why a man's world is crying in pain. I want you.
You know, it's really cool. Nancy actually did an intro to this that we cut out, but she actually does the kind of fancy acoustic guitar intro on this. You know, she's really an unsung hero. I know she got some of her heyday out in like the late 80s with Ron Nevison when they produced that one big comeback album of hers, and she got to sing a song by herself and whatnot. And they were kind of positioning Nancy, in the front a bit because, hey, honestly, Ann was struggling with her weight and the label was brutal, and they were saying, oh yeah, let's get your sister in here. She's quite, more appealing, more eye candy. But it's kind of interesting because Ann has held her own all these years, and you just can't overshadow great talent no matter what you do, no matter what label says that. So it's a testimony and a testament, I should say, to it's not just about American Idol, and it's not just about America's Got Talent and the X Factor and all that stuff, or the beauty face, whatever. A lot of people that have gone on to do great things that went on those shows that weren't the darling winners overshadowed a lot of the cherry picking of the poster children that were for those shows. And Ann's talent just overshadowed everybody, and it continues to this day. So I had to make that little side note as well.
Gonna do when everybody's insane. So afraid of wonder, so afraid of you. What you gonna do?
Good vocals. Sounds like the record, man.
Crazy, crazy. Let me go crazy, crazy on you. I was a widow last night of my dream. I bent down over a clear running stream. I sang you the song that I heard up above.
Good pitch, man.
And you kept me alive with your sweet flowing.
love that 70s haircut, man. Oh, here comes the solo. I used to have an Explorer just like that. I broke the headstock off trying to do a fancy move. Just went flying like that. Those outfits are great. Okay, they have a lot of long instrumental breaks here, but we're coming into some vocals, and I think we're going to be closing here in a second. So. Yeah, it sounds like the record. It's awesome. I wish all of the rock bands that I was in had background vocals like that were that great. In fact, that's one of the things that got me into teaching singing was I'd have to teach a lot of the musicians in my band how to sing backgrounds, and we had some pretty intensive stuff. So we had a lot of these vocal rehearsals we'd go through over and over and over again just with an acoustic. You know, instead of just doing the typical electric band rehearsals, we'd have additional rehearsals for background vocals only. And these guys are spot on. You should hear the Eagles live, man. They're a killer. Who's that kid? Nice. Bert Sugarman. It reminds me of, there was another really cool TV show back then called Don Kirshner's Rock Concert. I remember everybody from Queen to Deep Purple, you name it, man. They had these, in fact, you could probably look it up. I would assume there's probably a lot of those videos floating around. Don Kirshner's Rock Concert. That was super awesome. Bert Sugarman was another one. But anyway, guys, if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to my channel. That'd be super awesome. And thank you for joining me. And until next time, peace out. Hey guys, if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button. That will actually take you to another page where you want to click on the bell icon, and it opens up a menu, and the menu has notifications on it where there's a little box you can check where it says send me all notifications for this channel. Check the box and then click the save button and you'll get notifications from me every time I have a cool video come out. Okay? Thanks guys. Peace out.